The Quincy Career Center is back at the Thomas Crane Public Library this month for another job fair. It is on Wednesday, November the 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the main library's community meeting room. They're on the ground floor. So Director Ron Yakabuchi and Amy Clough are here to tell us all about it. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. It's always a pleasure to be back here.
Great to have you back here, and great to have, I'm sure, the Career Center back at the library. Ron seems to be working out well for you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're thrilled to be back. We welcome the opportunity to come back, and they've collaborated with us in the past on a number of job fairs. This particular one, though, is focused on the veterans.
Okay.
It's November, and we honor them that month, and so we're trying to do something a little extra for them. Although they are included in everything we do.
Sure.
And actually, we do practice, preference for veterans preference at the Career Center. So if a vet comes in and needs something, we put them right at the top of the list. So.
Let's give a real quick recap for folks who don't know what a Career Center is or does, and where you are, for that matter.
We're at 152 Parking Way in Quincy, and we are publicly funded, as you know, and we provide services and programs for both job seekers as well as employers, and we try to make those connections. So that's what happens at the Career Center every day. Open 8:30 to 4:30, except on Tuesday when we have our staff meetings. We open at 9:30. And we welcome people to come in and participate. Easy to become a member. All you have to do is attend an orientation session, and we take it from there. And we, obviously work very hard to help everyone that comes in to the Career Centers.
And who can use the services of the Career Center?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's at no cost. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean that sometimes when they say something's for free, it doesn't really give value to it, but there's a lot of value there in terms of what we do.
Well, they are paying for it in a sense.
In a way, yeah, through your tax dollars
right.
at work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so and everybody's welcome to come in. We're targeted to serve a particular geographic area, but these career centers are all around the Commonwealth. Mm-hmm. And there are 32 of them.
Okay.
And so people can come. They come from Boston. They come up from Brockton. They come from everywhere. Primarily around the South Shore and the greater Quincy area.
How many members now at the Quincy Center? Just roughly even?
Our list goes into the thousands.
Does it really?
And we're constantly updating that, as time goes by. People, drop on, drop off, drop in. We typically have approximately 400 people that come in a week just for unemployment navigation assistance.
Oh, all right. Oh, so you do help with that. Okay.
We do help with that, and we get a tremendous number of people that come in, and it's pretty steady. Which is good and bad, because obviously it indicates that there's still some people out there that are unemployed that need help, and we're here to help them out. So.
Although, as you know, the latest number has just come out here in Massachusetts. It's down to 3.6%, but is that the real number?
Don't get me started now, Joe.
No, I want to get you started.
So 3.6% is the unemployment rate, and it has dropped down from 3.9, and that's in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, which is great because it's well below the average nationwide,
about
which is a good thing.
Right? Yeah.
And people, when they look at unemployment that gets between the 3 and 4% range, they're pretty much saying that's considered full employment.
Right.
But in reality, and Amy and I could tell you that that's not what we see every day.
People drop off, right?
Because the real true indication is the participation rate, which is steadily still probably at almost an all-time high since the beginning. And hopefully we've witnessed the end of the Great Recession back in 2008. But since that time, it's really reached an all-time high. So the participation rate is the number of people that are actually employed and participating, in a job.
Okay.
And so just as you mentioned, at some point, you hit so many weeks on unemployment, you drop off. You're still unemployed, but you're not counted anymore.
I see.
But it's the participation rate where you are, and that's at an all-time high.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of people out there that are long-term unemployed.
Okay.
That are hurting, and that's what we see. We typically will get people that are mature workers, 45 and above, and long-term unemployed, and that's the biggest population that we're serving. And then the veterans group that we're talking about here is obviously another population that has a significantly higher percent. So even though it might be 3.6 in the Commonwealth, the veterans groups, the youth, the mature workers are typically significantly more higher in terms of unemployment rate.
All right. So the numbers are deceiving.
It's deceiving.
On the face.
It's deceiving.
Let's talk about the event, Amy.
Yes.
If we can, this is Wednesday again, November 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. Job fair here at the library. What will be happening?
Well, the first half hour will be specific to veterans. So from 2 to 2:30, it'll be veterans only, and then from 2:30 to 4, it'll be open to the general public.
Okay.
We are looking to have about 20 exhibitors and take full advantage of the function room downstairs.
Yeah,
We're
it's a
very
great
happy
place.
to be here at the Thomas Crane Library. Everybody loves the events that we hold here. Our employers specifically express they like when the events are held here at the library. And we will have both employers and service providers. For example, in the past, we've had service providers like Quincy College, Massasoit Community College, Hydra for Heroes, Hero to Hired, organizations that veterans would be able to take advantage of in terms of the services that they are offering.
Okay.
But we've also had employers like Verizon, CVS Health, and they're looking for veterans also. They're really looking forward to having that experience coming on board. So it's a big event, and we typically have a wait list, and that's always nice to hear because the employers are looking. But we definitely...
wait list of employers?
Yes.
Then. Oh, okay.
Typically, yes.
Okay.
So, but we're going to see who's going to be coming on board this year. Right now, we're still rallying the troops, no
Okay.
pun intended. But we have our service providers and our employers that are out there that we've contacted, inviting to attend and participate in our event, and
Okay.
we're hoping they'll come out.
Great. For people who are coming to the fair in search of a job or maybe a class at a college or a service at a nonprofit, what do you recommend they bring in terms of materials or background or advice?
Well, they should do their homework, take
Okay.
a look at the list. So once we have our flyer out for the general public, they'd be able to take a look at the list of the participants,
Okay.
the service providers and employers, and do some of their research. They can come into the Career Center and utilize our Resource Center, our computers, to take a look at those employers and service providers to find out what kinds of positions they have, what kind of services they provide. When they come to the event, they'll want to take full advantage. Dress for an interview, bring plenty of resumes, get ready to give that 30-second elevator speech.
Right.
And
Which you can help at the Career Center.
that's
right?
correct, we can. So they want to just come on in and be a little prepared
Okay.
to be able to ask those questions to the employers and service providers about what they're offering. But doing that homework definitely helps.
Okay. Will they actually be meeting with, hiring managers with
Absolutely.
They will be, all right.
Hiring managers, recruiters,
Okay.
whoever is actually in charge of making sure that they have those employees in place.
All right. So potentially then they could land a job at this fair.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ron, for your parts,
Sure.
what are you seeing in our general area in terms of especially veterans and unemployment? I mean, are we seeing younger vets that are, coming back from their tour of duty and not being able to find jobs, or is it older folks that are struggling and trying to make ends meet?
Yeah, it's a combination. Veterans that are receiving benefits are required to come into the Career Center to check in from time to time because they need to be demonstrating that they're looking for work.
Yes.
We're right now between the times, we don't have a full-time vet rep on board, but we are in the process. Actually, yesterday we finished the interviews, and we're going to be in the process of offering someone a job. So there will be a full-time veteran representative there that will just specifically be working with veterans and targeting, whatever their needs are.
Okay.
We see, a lot of folks that are coming off a deployment, that are back in, that are out. So it's a mix of,
Okay.
of both. And, for those that are watching, clearly everything is on the website, which we'll plug, I hope. And so people-
QuincyCareerCenter.org, right?
Well, that you could use that one, absolutely. He remembers. But the companies, as Amy's working to develop those, people can consult the website and get the most up-to-date list before they come to the fair.
Okay.
And if they're watching this after the fair,
Yep.
connect with the Career Centers, because
Yes.
we can still make those connections. We're always there for the veterans as well as for any of the other job seekers that are out there.
Yeah, and in fact, some companies are required to reach out to veterans.
That's correct, yeah. Basically, there are some companies that deal with federal contracts,
Right.
and so therefore, they are required to post their positions with us, and a lot of them do like to participate in these activities because it demonstrates they're satisfying whatever requirement they have under the law to reach out to veterans
Yeah.
and to hire veterans.
Yep,
And then we usually have a number of companies that traditionally like to hire veterans, and they participate too.
Sure.
So.
So again, I mentioned your website, but also on the library's website,
Yes.
thomascranelibrary.org, there'll be information too, and I'm sure, Amy, you'll be updating that as you hear from employers who will definitely be there.
Yes,
Yep.
we'll be sharing that.
Great.
And they
All right. Well,
get
thank you
that out there
both.
for us.
Hope you have a
Thank you,
wonderful,
John.
successful event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, you're very welcome. And don't forget, if you would like to get more information about this or any of the programs at the library, again, their website, thomascranelibrary.org.